What is going on, Godcast family? My name is Walter with the Black Film Guild. We are a group of filmmakers and photographers, and we have a course for you. If you're interested in learning more about the technical aspects of filmmaking or photography, please go ahead and sign up. If you use the code link Godcast, you get 50% off. And this course is for photography and videography. We look forward to seeing you there.
I remember, I was the little dude that, like, when Pooh Bah was in Master of Ceremonies, right? I'm the guy that's going with him to the shows and shit like that. So I remember him taking me to some, like, I want to say it was like a CMJ music conference or something like that. And yo, everybody was talking about Public Enemy, Public Enemy. Yo, you hear Public Enemy? Public Enemy. And then finally they called me Public Enemy number. And I remember the first time hearing that, like, yo, just the beat was so genius to me, because as a DJ, everybody knows that wow, 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 you know, but the way y'all fucking freak that shit, I was like, yo.
Well, you know what it came from, Jamar?
Next shit right here.
When
the way you rhymed on it,
but it was outdated.
But it was so hard. It was okay.
Let me give you the backstory of that. It was outdated in '84 when I did it. You see, Roosevelt Roller Rink was a spot where everybody came to back in the day, 70s, 80s, whatever. So the DJs would play everything. And usually after they playing, like, you know, couples, you know, they playing Peaches and Herb, Reunited and shit like that and all that. And they got, you know, everybody seeing the couples on there. Then they said, you know, like all skaters, right? And some of the DJs would be like, you know what, all skaters. So if you dolo, you a dude, you 15, 18, 17, 14. They start, all skaters. I
was a street ass nigga, too.
Yo, it's like, hide your girl. It's going down. Cats is doing, it's going to go monkey up in here. They would go when that went yo, cats is pushing people out of the way. It's rugby, man, right? But the DJs couldn't keep that beat long enough. It was like, and then they would go off to some other, you know, jam. And the way I said, and all the time in my mind, right, I said, they don't play this blow your head enough, because cats you can't flash it, man. It's so quick. The break is so small. You can't, damn. I said, and so in my mind, I'm talking 78, 79, 80, 81, when rap records were like, I said, if somebody could just make that, and you didn't have the equipment to do that either.
Right. So
what I had done, and it was like 83, I had pause taped it. And you could tell everybody what pause tape was.
Hell yeah.
I took the record and pause taped it. So it had about like 200 pauses. It had jumps in it and all. And I made it an instrumental after 2 days of pause taping it, right? So the day after we worked, me and Flavor worked, I said, I got it. I'm going to take an overdub with a mic on top of that, the 2 tape decks. Flav, come stay, knock this out with me. So the rhyming on top of it kept the jumps together. And cool. And that became a phenomenon. 84, 85, it became a legendary tape out there in Long Island. And all that. When they wanted the song, we had to make the song all over again. Jamar, Godfrey, Rob. We had to make the song all over again. We was like, well, how the fuck do we make it when we made it rudimentary, like on like 2 tape decks?
Right.
The dirt in the field and because the original one was like, yo, man, like boom, 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 you know? So we went to Chongqing and we tried to do it through an emulator. That, you know, emulator is what Davey DMX, you know, is also with us now. He made famous, you know, with Curtis Blow, with AJ, you know, 1, 2, right. You know, AJ. That was done with an emulator, keyboard, and all that. But we tried to do Public Enemy #1. This shit just came out like kind of like boxy, like computerized and stuff like that. the great late Steve Ett, man, had done this technique from Adam Yauch, where he took like the loop of Blow Your Head, he pieced it together with editing and made it loop around a microphone stand around the whole room. So that's how we got that loop. We got that loop out of a real loop, like looping around the microphone back into the studio and record that. So we was able to pull that off, but it was originally done in pause tape. So we did it, and then you add all the changes to it. But Steve Ed helped really seriously keep the feel. And then I went in there and we rocked it. We added some other things to it and stuff like that. But that was the time. I think that was the only time something like that was ever done, because nobody had the equipment, and you don't want to sound like computer, man. It had to keep the feel, it had to keep the dirt, and that's how we was able to do it. But that Blow Your Head story on how it was in my head, and I was like, because people would go bananas, but they couldn't keep the.
Now that you say it's a roller skating type of joint, I could see like
the
way the drums come in.
A roller skating type of joint to set you free after watching Love Skating for like 15 minutes and reunited and turn up the lights like 20 Pendergrass.
Fuck out my way, music. God damn it. Fuck out my way with that bullshit. I'm tired of that shit.
When I tell you, I would look at cats, you know, and I'm a badass skater too, right?
Oh yeah?
Yo, I'm a badass skater.
Me too, bro.
Badass, you know, like fuck around type shit. I mean, you know, I'm 60 now. I could do some tricks, but I'm saying back then, cats would be like, horizontal in the air with the skates. Like, where the fuck you gonna go, man? It's like a wall is there, man. You that happy on this beat? That. I mean, almost like when Drummer's Beat first came out. Me and Hank Shockley saw this young cat, man. Drummers, the first week Drummer's Beat came out. They played it on WFUV, and they played it on the radio, and they got the Electric Cat version. Hank said, look at this little boy over there. And this little boy had nowhere to go. It's a wall, man. He couldn't do nothing but run and jump on the wall. You could not take that energy of hip-hop. You could, if you bottled it, you could send shit to Mars, man, because you can't explain it. You can't even explain, like, before that record, before the first record, before, like I said, 1979, Meadowlands got the Superfest, and B-Boys is in the Meadowlands, man, in 1979, 3-stripe box, you know, baseball caps, like, good time, good. I mean, come on, Jamar, you remember, like, Good Times is 79.
I started as a DJ. So,
you know what I'm saying? So when you explain this shit, like, in the 21st century, cats would stare at you like, huh?
Like just the feeling of cutting that, Catch Groove, all of those, like so many joints.
It's like
break beat was hip hop at first. It was the break beat. Like you didn't even need nobody rhyming on the shit. The DJ and the break beat.
You wasn't rhyming on it unless you wasn't. If you bringing it and you able to switch gears. See that rhyming back then, you had to switch gears. Hell yeah, you got to switch gears. You going from 80 beats per minute, you're going for Catch a Groove to I Can't Stop. If you can't bridge,
that used to be that shit too when they would go from break to break.
Yeah, if you can't bridge,
how you rhyming?
Get the fuck off the mic, man. Right. Get the fuck off the mic. You fucking my shit up. Now, if you could bridge it and you could shift your gears and you rhyming, right? And you throw a little, you know, you don't stop and boom, boom, and you know, like you timing it up, and the cat is like, bam, bam. You got to know when to stop and go or get the fuck off the mic. You couldn't ask for a convenient beat. Yeah, that beat right there. I want that one. It's like
right
out of here, man. It's like
how niggas be rejecting beats now, right? Like what? Rejecting?
Oh, they pass rejecting beats. They could tell the DJ they don't freestyle. They don't rhyme when they go to the radio.
You know what? Just watch it then. You spectator, sit your ass down.
That used to be like for my peer group, my generation coming up, like that used to be a thing. Like worrying about or preparing what verse you was gonna spit. Like, all right, if I got radio, I know I'm gonna get put on the spot. Let me make sure I have two solid ready to go, and then you could switch them up however once you get there. But that was a thing, like preparing to rap when you were going to do radio.
Yep.
Now they just be like, I don't freestyle. They can just say that.
Well, you would know, Rob just said the fact, like Buster comes out of the camp of when cats used to get on and try to freestyle to the DJ. We used to have like mic battles where cat would be on there spitting, but the DJ still got the pitch control. So we would call them you ride the pony and get bucked. So cats be rhyming, they be spitting, and Keith would be throwing that fucking pitch up there, like, all right, yeah, right, rhyme on that. You can't make the beat go to you, then you cut them. You fell off the bike. You fell off.
Or nowadays, the DJ will ask the artist, "So you want to rhyme? You got a verse to spit?" Like, when did they allow? Like, I wish they would have asked me. Like, I would have loved that. Said, "Oh, nah, I don't got a verse ready." Like they, you asking rappers, do they have verses ready? Like, huh? So yeah, they different now.
And you know what? It should be different. I think it should be. To me, at 60 years old, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to be like my man Isaiah Thomas is the basketball. See, Zeke could go and say, I'm gonna buy my ticket and sit and watch LeBron James, who's 35 years old, or watch Devin Booker, 25 years old, and I'm gonna watch the game. I'm gonna enjoy myself. Me, I want to be able to say, boom, I'm gonna sit my ass down, my old ass down, watch some shit. They gonna make me say, oh, what the fuck? That's what I want to see, because this is what I'm not gonna watch some jazz ensemble. You know what I'm saying? I love Motown and all that, but they all they move and transition on. The Four Tops got one living member left, so okay, I want to be able to sit down and watch somebody 22. I sit there, I'll give you 15 minutes, man. Fuck that. I want to sit there and be like, that shit was dope. What the fuck?
But you don't want to, but while you sitting back, you don't want to see the bar getting lowered so much to the point where it's like, this is what you call hip hop? Like, it's.
Rob, you remember when cats were making excuses like, well, my video is just too dope. So cats be expecting my video, me to come out better than my video. I think you better bust your song and your video in the ass on that fucking stage. You got bust.
I know that's right.
Figure it out. Yeah, your video's dope. Now, when you get up in there, you better be like, that's what Buster would have the most craziest videos ever. But when you saw him, you know that he's got that shit. He's gonna out animate his video. The shit you put out there. You gotta nail your own.
Yeah, you have to match the energy on stage, and if you sound just like your record, you even better.
That's what it's all about. Somebody to sit there and fucking pay money and get your attention. I mean, all better yet, these things are fantastic. That means if you shit up with this, to me, like, to watch you too. But if they like this, that means they got better thing to do inside their screen than what you're doing on the stage. Although the game, and I played, with Prophets of Rage, I played in front of 4 million people in 4 years, maybe. And and now we in the era of the screens, meaning that until COVID canceled shit out, concerts were only getting bigger and bigger. They were getting bigger and bigger because of screen technology, which means they could put you in a big place, throw 5 screens up, and them shits look like your phone. Meaning that if you're sitting in a stadium like 469,000 beat, you can listen like the shit's in your phone on buds, and you can watch it at the high, definition.
Right.
And sit in that seat that's a mile away from the stage. To tell you how screens even affected performances all the way up to 2020, that cats in the first 2 rows is in their screens. They looking at the screens more than the stage right in front of you.
Wow.
Which means if you're a lazy performer, the screens could be in your benefit. Like if you're a performer and your shit is just all right, it's to your benefit because all you gotta do is rock the cameras.
Right.
You rock the cameras, fuck the crowd. Rock the cameras, your ass ain't moving. You gonna stand there and try to fucking spit. Stay in one spot, rock the camera, and everybody else is gonna be rocked because the screens is gonna rock for you. We played. I'll tell you a short story. We played this spot, 60,000 people. Prophets of Raves, 9-inch nails. Now, you heard anything about 9-inch nails? Them motherfuckers take no fucking prisoners, right? They on that other shit too, right? You know, we come in like me, Be Real, you know, Lord, Rage Against the Machine. We like, fuck that. Tore the stage up. Crowd's like, okay, cool. 9-inch nails gets on. We in some deep France spot, right? It's like 60,000 people there. And they kind of like, on stage, they moving. Trent Reznor is like, you know, like on some, you know, I'm trying to get a gauge. I'm like, okay, you know, fucking
headlines.
Yeah, headline.
Right.
In reality, we whooped that ass in physicality, right?
Right.
What they did, they had their own film crew shooting that shit in black and white. They was rocking the cameras. So the screens was doing some other motherfucking shit, man. And I'm watching them. I'm like, what the fuck? But the screens are like, oh my God.
Right.
Motherfuckers is in a trance watching that shit. And so that's the technology when everybody still starts going back to concerts that you can realize it works in your favor, even if you're not a good performer.
Right.
Cameras, because every spot going to be screened out, whether it's a small spot or whether it's a big spot. We don't have to go and body a group of like Rod Digger did. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Bodying an artist on stage and shit, you know, giving 180%. And, you know, there ain't no screens in there in the spot. They got screens saving everybody everywhere. That's the whole game and the rest of the 2020.
Oh, screens and auto-tune.
Right. And like you said, you can have where you got headphones where you can just hear the shit. You can be all the way in the back and hear it like you're right on the stage. So this motherfucker don't even have to project their voice anymore. You don't even have to use your loud throat anymore, digger. You know what I mean? You can just talk regular. They'll hear you because they'll have some sort of apparatus where everybody's Wi-Fi'd into the same thing. Like I went to some weirdo shit. Where was this?
They're doing album listeners like that. Everybody just parties are like that. Everybody just sitting around with headphones on.
Listen, I went to some weirdo shit a few years ago in Miami. The first time I seen this, where you go into the party, they're not playing the music out loud. Everybody got headphones.
Oh, it's the silent party.
Like 4 DJs.
Silent party.
And you know, each one got a color to their headphone, and you put on the headphones, and everybody's in there like rocking the
silent disco
and shit. And it's fucking weird as fuck. Like, I was like, what the
weird as
fuck
shit.
is this? Like,
it's
but
the silent
that
disco.
Sounds like what you're talking about is that type of technology where we're going, where, you know, they could rock the shit and they don't have, there's a lot of shit they wouldn't have to do that we had to do as performers to really.
And the reason is like, you know, time moves forward. It don't really go back on anything. And so people ask, well, what's the difference between Fight the Power in 89 and right now? These cats ain't I said the biggest difference is that it's 30 some odd years, and cats who was in the middle of the mix 30 years ago, some of them are no longer here. And new people have been born since the year 2000 who are 20 years old. They're in the middle of the mix now. So the concerns and the problems and the issues have to be actually manned up and womaned up by people who are in that age range.
That's right.
Look, in hip hop, we lost, my good friend Ecstasy in December, Marky D, like a couple weeks ago. Come on, man. Transitioning is the fact of life. People move on out. So you can't say, oh, damn, didn't we go through this before? Your old ass did. Yes, but new people got their own environment to try to tackle. And that's why we could be at best advising them, giving them maybe some directions if asked. But seriously, the shit that goes down, they got to deal with it as leaders. And they got to, you know, I mean, shit, I tell somebody all the time when they use age as an excuse. I said, all right, how old are you? I'm 19. I said, it ain't like you 4. If you think you seriously young, if you got a younger brother and sister, go there and ask them if you young. Ask your 14-year-old sibling that you young and ain't got answers. They're gonna look at you like you old anyway. Age is relative, man.
Right.
But I do believe that, you know, it's important to know what you're not. It's important to know your lane. You know your lane, man. We got bleeding in the lane to the point, like, you know, Scarface said it best. He said, yo, Chuck, I don't want to be part of, you know, the cat that brings champagne in the fucking sandbox, man. It's like, you know, strip pole in the goddamn seesaw. It's like, what?
Right.
Everything got its place, man. And sometimes it's like, yo, man, but that's yo, man. It's like I said, everything got its place because not everybody is ready for everything. So it got its own area that you got to go to. It ain't got to come to you. I mean, I said, like, I've been grown like 42 years, man. So I done seen everything and be an entertainer and be in 116 countries. I done seen or heard much of all shit. So when the cat's like, oh man, you know, but I think I'm like, well, cool if it's in that, if it's in that corner, cool if it's in that circle, cool if it's in that strip club, cool. That's what this spot is for. Now you bringing the shit all out. It's like front lawn shit. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's like, do it gotta be? Well, you know, everything is everything. Yeah, but no. I mean, the second best feeling to sex, I think, in life is taking a good bowel movement. Getting that shit out of you. Does that mean that you can just do it on a sidewalk? No. There's a place for it. Call a bathroom, a latrine. Go, you know, that's the place for it.
Right.
It's natural. It's natural. We got natural aspects about us. Right. Sometimes we got places for places, and we got places to do it. And to me, when you grow and everything is, you know, legal until you start mixing with kids and shit like that, man. And me, I'm very clear, man. It's like I got things, man. I'll be like, man, you under 40. I don't even want you around my shit right now, man. It's like I got too much explaining to do on this. I do a lot of art. And a lot of my art is just other type of art. You know what I'm saying? I can't be up there explaining art to a person that don't know art. When you are artists, you have 100% right to do whatever the fuck you want to do. When I make my art or when I do a song that I write, I'm only doing it for me. Now, of course, if I'm doing it with other people, and we kind of do it. Okay, it has a goal because everybody has what they want this thing to end up as. But as far as I'm writing for me. Now, where's my obligation? My obligation and my accountability and responsibility is in performance. If I'm going to be in front of a crowd that paid their money, going to spend their time and energy to check me out, I got to give them 200%. But I ain't got to give nobody 100% on my art. I could be like, man, I could make this a crazy ass Uber ride down a mountain slope. It's art. That's the artist's right. So I don't get into telling people what they should do with their art because I sure enough ain't gonna have somebody tell me what to do with mine. Now, if I got to work with people, we come to an agreement. This is where this is going to go. I always feel this sense of, to me, I write songs. I'm a songwriter. I'm gonna write what I feel. But if I gotta bend it and make everybody fit into this mold, then so be it. Cool. I can live with that. I'm a team player on that. But you know, we got that moment. We ain't gonna have this moment, and because I have no expectations. My satisfaction after I write and do a song is in my car. That's it.